Looks like we've got a good sound working out here. So, how's everybody doing today? And welcome back to Theory Chat. We haven't done an episode in 3 weeks? Basically, I wanted to give everybody a chance to beat the game. 2 weeks, I think that was enough. Especially for this channel. This channel was diehard Resident Evil fans. Everybody was looking like daily, every other day at news for the game. When the game came out, not everybody had time to play it, but from 2 weeks, people had time to play it. So we're going to be talking, about the whole game, the ending, everything here. So if you haven't played it yet, you don't want to watch this, um, because we're going to be talking about everything in the game. Um, I accidentally started the stream before I was ready, but yeah. So I've got this set up here, and it's whatever. Anyways, so what's up to everybody? What's up, Meepers Creepers? What's up, Goldheart? What's up, Rick? Michigan Football, Super Gaming, Quentin, Gamer Squad, Jake, Rachel, Mama Mia, AC, Gabrielle, Zassine, Riot and Respect, Jack Baker, Mel, what's going on? Dilla John, Nemi, all you guys are definitely familiar names, and so that's pretty awesome. The first question is, has everybody beaten the game? And I guess that's kind of maybe it's not a smart question, but how many times have you all beaten the game? Let me know in the comments, in the chat, how many times you've beaten the game. I think I beat it 7 times, twice on Madhouse. I think I did a speed run just to get all the trophies. Yeah, I know everybody's beaten the game, so Gamer Up says 50. AC got both endings twice. Riot and Respect 5. Meepers Creepers just once. Zassine is playing Nightmare but beat the game 6 times. Gamer Squad 4. Rachel hasn't even played it. Dillajon 3. Mamma Mia just twice, but to get the both endings. Yeah, that's the minimum you want to do. And actually, what I was planning to do, I never ended up doing it, was I save it right at that before that choice. You could save it, automatically saves it, or you save it because you beat a boss. I was just gonna reload at that part, so I didn't have to play through the whole first half again to see the second ending. But then I was like, I want to play this again, so I started over the second time that way. And as always, you can go to twitter.com/where'sbarryb to see the poll questions for the week. There's 3 poll questions every week, and they're related to the theories that we do. And those go up in the morning, so there's a bunch of answers on those, and we'll talk about those as we move along. I didn't put up the agenda, so I'm not exactly sure what we're supposed to do. I'll keep reading some of your comments. Rick says 6 times. Essex 5 times. What's up, Minecraft? And yeah, I'll answer this or talk about this question before we start with the ending. But people, as soon as the game came out, people were like, "All right, we beat the game. When's Resident Evil 8 coming out?" Which I find to be pretty funny. But I don't have the numbers in front of me. But basically, it's been 3 years, 4 years between these games. With 4, 5, 6. 6 was what, 2012. So 5 years since the last one? So it takes several years for them to make these games, obviously. So when does Resident Evil come out? It's going to be like 3 years. Who knows if YouTube will even be a thing then. We'll probably have some other crazy thing that makes us lose subscribers. If you guys have YouTube channels today, it's not funny, but to me, I just find it sort of funny. Just everybody's losing subscribers. I'm not finding it funny that you guys are, but that when I lost, you lose like 50 subscribers in 1 second. So that's kind of happening today on YouTube. So that'll be interesting to see if you guys follow other YouTube channels. I know a lot of people were complaining about it and worried about that. Basically, what did you guys, how many of you liked the ending and how many of you didn't like the ending? And we'll do it in emoji. So, Yeah, what did you think about the ending? But I want to know the answer not in words, but in emojis. Um, I don't know. I'll do the glasses, the cool guy glasses as my emoji that represents how I felt about the ending. So what do you guys think in terms of emojis? Because we're all millennials. I'm totally a millennial. I have a hat on and stuff. I have a hat on backwards because I'm cool. There's one frown. There's one of these guys. Oh, I love the emoji game, the emoji question game. Vanta has the heart eyes, a lot of smiles. Ryan Respect has like 10 guys who are like, hmm? The fire. Oh my gosh, everyone loves to use the fire emoji. That actually kind of died off a little bit. Dillajon used every face. Nice. Caliban uses the biohazard face. What's up, Caliban? Caliban from Italy, so everyone say hello to Caliban. He designed the cool shirt. I know a bunch of you got the shirts, so that's awesome. And I will share all the photos when you guys send me the pictures. Most of you already sent me your pictures. All right, so let's talk about the ending of the game, and let me just find my. Why can't I find it? 3, 2, 1. Oh, here we go. Basically, when the game ends, the helicopter comes by, and the mercenaries come down to rescue you, and somebody pulls off their hunk style gas mask, and says that they're Redfield, and then helps you aboard the helicopter. And then subsequently in the credits, we see the name Chris Redfield. And the first poll question that I had was, who is Chris Redfield? Because a lot of if you've seen the ending, you've seen the face. It doesn't look like Chris at all. In fact, this is the first time here on this thing, but let's see if this works. I've got the Photoshop open. These are the Chris Redfields from the different games. So we've got Resident Evil 1, and it's got their ages at the bottom. And the year at the top is not the year the game came out. The year at the top is the year that the game took place in the history, which I didn't know. I kept Code Veronica. I'd say 2000, but I actually looked up what years. And a lot of you who are diehard Resident Evil fans already know that. But I'm a diehard fan who plays the game, but I never followed the history. I didn't go deep into all these games, so that's kind of new thing that I'm doing with the channel. I went into everything on Resident Evil 7, but I haven't gone back and gone through everything to kind of memorize it, as well as a lot of this stuff I learned 10 years ago. I've forgotten it already. But we've got this is the remake version of him, but that's him at 25. Code Veronica is the only other one that kind of where they made him look a little different. Revelations, he's starting to bulk up. Resident Evil 5, he's freaking jacked. 6, his hair looks like that, I think, because I lightened up the photo a little, but his hair was more like the guy we see now. This is from the comic that, I don't know, I guess that fits. And then it's 2017 is from the movie Vendetta, that I guess takes place before Resident Evil 7. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go. And here's the Redfield that we see on the right at the end of the game. And I mean, it doesn't look like any of them except like the hair color on the one guy. But I mean, it doesn't look like him at all. So, oh, hey, Mia. So the question that I asked was, who do you think Chris Redfield is? And I gave some choices. So if you guys have other choices, And sorry, I missed the comments all there while I was looking at that, that Photoshop page because I couldn't have both up at the same time. So I gave people some choices, and it was a pretty split decision. There were four choices, and so 20% of you thought Chris Redfield was actually Chris Redfield. And what were some of the comments that people were saying? They were saying the model would look different because they're using the photogrammetry, and so maybe they got a new person to get a new model with that new technology, and that's why he looks different. There's a lot of people who there's two different things that people are saying that I think are a little out of bounds, but you can never say that because before the game came out, the producers were saying some things that turned out to be they were just saying them. So, but the one thing people think that it's either a prequel, which makes no sense to me because, the email video, everything says 2017. If it was just the videotape, I could believe it, but I think the email also says 2017. So that's one thing. They think that it's a prequel, and that's why Chris looks younger. I didn't think he looked that much younger. He was really young in the first game or whatever, 20-something. So, I mean, this character looks, 30 max? I don't know. And what was the other one? The other one is people think it's an alternate universe, and that's why they think this is Chris, but it's an alternate Chris. Again, I think they told us it wasn't an alternate universe, and it was following in the storylines of Resident Evil, after the events of Resident Evil 6. So I don't even know why I'm bringing that up, but a lot of people actually commented that this week. The second choice was Hunk or 3A7, and I guess 3A7. I know there's probably at least one of you here who bought Umbrella Corps, but that, I guess, was the main character in Umbrella Corps. I guess I'll never find out because they still are trying to sell it for $30, and I think it's more of a $5 game. That should be where the value is on that game, considering you can't even play it online because there's not enough people in the server. So if that lowers the price, I'll get that game. But I watched other people play it. It didn't look like there was much of a storyline. But 3A7 and Hunk were both kind of mercenary-looking guys, and you can't really see their faces. And somebody pointed out to me yesterday that at the end of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, they have a prologue screen, and you can see Hunk with his mask off. And people are like, "Oh, it looks like maybe it's Hunk because of that." The picture of the prologue looked more like Chris Redfield, like the real character, than it did this new one. So I'm not exactly sure about that. The third one was a son of Chris or Claire. People even, basically a family member of Chris or Claire. It could be Chris's son. That would explain the same name. A lot of dads name their kids after themselves. Could be Claire's kid. She would have named it after her brother, who's her hero. And somebody even mentioned maybe it was their younger brother. And I am 16 years older than my younger brother. Chris Redfield's around 45. I can't believe I have to do math. 45 minus 16 on my computer. But and that would make the younger brother 29, and I don't think that's a stretch either for him to be the younger brother. And now that I just saw that it's 16-year difference would make him 29, and I thought that he was around 30 years old, I'm now thinking younger brother could be a possibility here. But no, his name wouldn't be Chris. That's why the brother thing doesn't work. Thanks for all the comments, guys. I'm trying to talk and read them at the same time. Michigan football says Umbrella Corps is terrible. So on the live stream when I was going to do a video about Umbrella Corps, I needed to, I don't do my videos, I don't just throw videos out there. I do research, I play the games. I make sure that I find the information. So I was going to do one on Umbrella Corps, and I don't have the game. So I didn't want to just go on YouTube, watch someone else play it. I wanted to play it. And I told people on the live stream, that we do weeknights at 8 p.m. Not every night, but several nights a week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come check those out. We'll be playing probably some other Resident Evil game next. Um, what was I talking about? I completely lost my train of thought here. Anyways, yeah, L1 L1 Gaming makes a good point about naming your son or multiple sons the same name because George Foreman, the boxer, named all his kids George, which was actually kind of funny in some commercials a long time ago. What's up, Chris Otako? AC28 says the redesigned Chris reminds him of redesigned Barry in Revelations 2. How about the redesigned Jill in Revelations 1? Now that was, I mean, I was playing Revelations 1 like a couple weeks ago, and I knew it was Jill, but every time I was playing, I wasn't like imagining it was Jill. I was just kind of playing with a random character, is what I felt like. Essex says, I didn't look this up, or I don't know if he said it or because he's saying yes, but that the Ada imposter in Resident Evil 6 was credited as Ada Wong. And I'd say I got about 10 comments today around there where the people were like, "You're an idiot. The credits say his name is Chris." And I'm like, I don't know how to respond to that except that if they were trying to do a cool story ending, they wouldn't give us the answer in the credits. So they are putting Chris Redfield. We think he's Chris Redfield. In the latest video I didn't think he was Chris Redfield, but I said Chris Redfield because it's easier than saying Chris or whoever. So I think that's what they did with the credits there. Right in Respect says they messed up Claire's face bad in Revelations 2. What else did we have here? Oh, and then the other choice was other, and 25% said that. And if you guys answer other, you just send me another tweet that says who you think it is. So that was 20% thought it was Chris, 31% thought it was Hunk, 24% thought it was a Redfield son, brother, whatever, and 25% said other. John says credits can't lie. There's actually, I only know this from the Resident Evil Wikia page, but in Resident Evil 7, there's a character named Alan something, and in the credits, he has one last name, and in the game, in a note, he has another last name, so credits can definitely lie. Unless there's two Allens. Oh my gosh, what if Chris Redfield at the end was down? The other thing is, didn't the credits say, they said Chris Redfield, but it said voice actors, and we heard voices on the radio. So what if the guy who came down wasn't Chris Redfield voice, but the voice was on the radio? Super Gaming says Umbrella Corps wasn't that bad. That's what everybody says who bought the game. Like, it's not that bad. I think they're just trying to convince themselves. Yeah, I guess that we can let's just jump right into that the next part, and that is Umbrella, and what is Umbrella doing here? Because we're talking about Umbrella Corps. From what I understand, Umbrella Corps is a group of mercenaries that exists, and they probably used to work for Umbrella and some other things, and they've joined up, and they work for money. They don't care who's good or who's bad. They work for money. It's usually bad, because what they do is they collect virus samples and BOW stuff, and then they trade that, they sell that to either they work for the person to do it, or they pick it up on their own and then they sell it or whatever, some arrangement like that. And that Umbrella Corps group is that Umbrella Corps game counts as part of the storyline, the canon, which is weird. And then the logo for that new Umbrella Corps thing is actually the same logo we see on the helicopter, except there's two differences, and they're two sort of major differences. The one is they changed the color from red to purple. All right, that's one thing. The other thing is the helicopter says Umbrella Corporation now, and before they would say CORPS, or that wasn't even mentioned. So now Now I'm not sure if it's an umbrella, if it's the Umbrella Corps, if the Umbrella Corps has turned into the Umbrella, or if in Umbrella Corps the game they didn't mention that they were secretly working for Umbrella somehow. And again, I don't know the Umbrella Corps game story that well to really go on about that. I guess the basic question is: do you think this new do you think the oh man, this is a tough question, because if they're mercenaries, they could be working for a bad guy but doing a good thing. Yeah, I would just say, do you think if Umbrella is back and it could be the mercenaries, then are they good or are they bad? And bad will be devil emoji, and good will be angel emoji. So let's fire up the good and bad emojis here, and I will tell you what the people thought on Twitter at Where's Barry B. Wow, 60% thought they were bad, basically. 10% thought they were good. 25% thought that they were the mercenary group, and a few people said other, and I don't remember getting any responses. Oh, the one I did get somebody who thought that Chris Redfield was actually Lucas. I thought that was an every time I get a theory, I think that's interesting, and I don't just say, "Oh, that's stupid." I always like to think, how would that work? Even if I don't think it's true, how would that work? How would Lucas be this character? That was a really far out one. I couldn't figure it out, really. Gaming Sloth says they think it's a good version of Umbrella. Got a lot of devils coming out here. All right, why I can see your stuff, but stop keep saying I have a theory over and over again. The other thing I was thinking this morning as well, yes, I think about Resident Evil every morning when I wake up. I reflect on it. Not really, but really. Was that now that we've got the Umbrella Corps and they're bad. They're doing all this bad stuff. And then this mercenary, maybe it's Chris, maybe it's someone else, is like, hey, we should do good stuff too. And then they split up, and then there's purple Umbrella and red Umbrella. So then there's two umbrellas, good and bad. That's kind of, I don't know. Hey, I never say a theory stupid. If you guys have been following the channel, I did a video once that said the chainsaw scissors that we fight with Jack in the boss battle in Resident Evil 7, I said it was an insect leg. So never say bad things about people's ideas, because that was one of the worst ones. The two worst videos I did was that one where people were saying it looks like a chainsaw, and then I zoomed in again and I was like, oh crap, it is. And I felt so horrible that I had just posted it, that I posted the second video like 30-40 minutes later that said, oh, I was wrong, it was actually that. And the other one, there's a shadow, and you can see a giant arm on the shadow that looks like William Birkin's arm. And I was like, is this a monster? And people were like, no, it's just a shadow. And guess what it turned out to be? Just a shadow. Yeah, so somebody commented about that weapon, and they said Jack's fighting you with the insect leg, because after that video came out, as a joke, I decided we're just going to call that chainsaw scissor thing the insect leg weapon from now on this channel. And some people have been playing with that in the comments, which is hilarious, and that's awesome that you guys are doing that. And the people who don't know about that video and didn't know were like, what are you talking about? It's not an insect, it's a chainsaw. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, so this whole situation is so crazy because we've got Mia and Alan, and they're transporting this BOW on the boat. And let's say the BOW was made by a company called Tentsu, because there's a box that says Tentsu. So let's just say that for the sake of this thing that I'm about to say. So they're on this boat. The BOW gets out. It wrecks on the shore. Now they're there. Tensu knows about this happening, and actually, they could have possibly hired Mia and Alan from an outside service like Umbrella to be the bodyguards because they're just like business people or whatever. Anyway, so this wrecks or whatever, and they know about it, but they don't go in there and help it. They let the experiment run itself for 3 years. And that's why the Umbrella people are flying around, but they're not helping. Didn't you think it was weird that they have all these soldiers that come down to rescue you at the end, but they didn't like fire the weapon at the lady or anything? They just let Ethan do it, and they just gave him a gun. Why didn't they come down and help? They knew what was going on the whole time as well, because you saw the picture of the helicopter flying above that we saw in the demo. You saw that again in the real game. And they were around, like, witnessing things. So why didn't they come in and do it? And I think they had orders from the other company or whoever hired them or their own Umbrella to monitor the situation. Don't let it get out of control. If she gets too big, stop her. But, let's wait to see what happens. And that's why they came and rescued you at the end. Not just to help you because you either worked, me and Ethan either worked for Umbrella or the Tensu company. But that they wanted the blood samples because Ethan and Mia seem to be infected still, and I believe Lucas would be infected. Zoe, if she's alive, I know somebody was talking to me earlier today about that, how she did die in the second ending, but in the first ending, since she doesn't take the injection, maybe that doesn't kill her, because I think the injection killed her in the second one, so the injection wouldn't kill her in the Mia ending, so maybe she's around. And that kind of brings us into the next DLC with Lucas and Zoe possibly making an appearance, but Lucas being the main one, and this Redfield character that we don't know who it is being in the Not a Hero DLC. And I think I just put out that video about an hour ago. Gabriel makes a good point, and so if you guys were watching Theory Chat before I believe the last episode right before the game came out, we talked a lot about how there was going to be a boat crash. It was going to wash ashore Mia, and it was going to wash ashore the BOW. The Bakers were going to take them in, and then this was going to take over. That's what we talked about in the second to last episode of this before the game came out, or the last episode before it came out. And the exact thing happened, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. And the only thing I was thinking, all right, you're getting the old timeout. Why? The only thing I was thinking at that point when I was saying, oh, the boat's going to wash ashore, was that what Gabriel said. How does it float? This giant boat. It was huge. How did it get into the swamp? I don't know if you guys have ever navigated swamp waters or like been through I've gone canoeing down in areas like that. There's no way that boat's getting in. The water is so low. It wouldn't be able to get in that deep, but I guess that's not something that we need to worry about too much. And then Mel says, is there a third DLC? I believe so the next DLC comes out next Tuesday for PlayStation 4. I know Xbox and the other
Welcome to the family,
computer people are going to have to wait. What's up, Christopher Molina? Welcome to the Crimson Army. I have to randomly be looking to the left to see you guys who are joining the crew today. And thanks to everybody who has been subscribing and commenting. There were 324 comments on the last video or one of the videos today. So that's awesome. And next episode, I'll definitely have a better outline on the screen. I kind of ran out of time posting the video earlier today. I posted 2 videos today, so big Resident Evil day.
Welcome to the family, son.
And so, yeah, we didn't talk about Lucas yet. So before we talk about the DLC, let's talk about what happened to Lucas at the end. It appeared that Lucas escaped through the mines, and we know this because when we come off the boat as Ethan, we find a radio, and on the radio we hear Umbrella, and they are saying that Lucas has escaped through the mines, and they're going to go after him, which we think might be Chris Redfield, whatever you want to call him, saying that. and that might lead into the DLC where the DLC takes place between Ethan when he gets off the boat and the end of the game. Chris is off getting Lucas, and then he comes back and saves Ethan at the end. What do you guys think about the DLC and who would be in it? Do you think Lucas would be in it? Do you think Zoe would be in it? We already know that the Chris character is going to be in it. What do you guys think about that? Goldheart says somehow Lucas has gotten in contact with Umbrella Purple. That's so funny. We definitely need to start. That's a great idea, Goldheart. We need to start calling it Umbrella Purple, Umbrella Red, Umbrella OG Original. Now, Lucas, I'm still trying to figure out who Lucas was working for, because we find an email where he's working with the people who created the BOW, or maybe he thinks they created him, because he's like, your BOW is stupid. But he's also sending encrypted messages to someone. I didn't know if those were the emails we found, or if he was working two angles here for the good guys and the bad guys, or actually it could be bad guy versus bad guy here in this situation. One of them's just better than the other. And, Umbrella helping destroy that monster at the end, or making sure the monster was dead, shoot to kill, doesn't mean that they're good. It just means that they don't want that to get out to the world because it could harm them. So they want to use that technology in the future. They don't want it to get out. So that's why they stopped it. And at the end, there's nice music and, oh, maybe another door will open for Mia and myself. They fly off into the sunset. But really, they just stopped the thing in order to help them build a bigger thing next time. Could be what the Umbrella Evil is doing. Mama Mia says, hopefully returning characters come to the DLC or in a file or flashback. I love returning characters, especially in little side things. Dave Massacre says Zoe has a messed up past. Looks like she carries guilt. Want to see where that goes. Now, we will learn a little bit about Zoe in the Daughters DLC that comes out on Valentine's Day for PS4. And it looked like when I freeze framed, and a lot of commenters mentioned this, that you play Daughters as Zoe because you can see her shoes when she gets picked up by Jack and Marguerite. So we will be playing as Zoe probably. And this is right when Jack and Marguerite go bad. So we'll learn a little bit about the backstory, hopefully, in that DLC. Oh, yeah, and a lot of you guys were typing that, and I guess I missed it as well. But chat is moving fast today, moving fast. Gabriel says Zoe is very strange. We need to find more info about her. AC brings up the video and the talk that a lot of people had. Remember when we thought Lucas might have been a good guy? And if you do watch the video, I say, I don't think he's actually a good guy. I think he's actually more evil than we even thought. But you got to put out everything out there so that everyone can make their own decision. That's what I like to do in the video. That's why it's not like, Chris is definitely Chris. Is Chris this? Is Chris that? Is Chris that? You guys decide. I've got my own decision, but that doesn't, I'm not going to put a video to try and trick you into believing what I think. I want you guys to have the information. Here's the connections I made, and then you guys tell me what you think. And that's what I love about this channel and the videos and all the comments I'm getting. When I give you guys the different options. And then the best part is then I'll get 2 or 3 different people, groups of people, giving me more options that weren't even in the video. So that's really exciting. But yeah, the comments are awesome. So keep commenting on the videos with your ideas as well. Dave asks, who stapled Ethan's hand back on? I think that was Zoe. I haven't... It's really hard to memorize the entire game. It seems so short, but it's actually sort of long, so I have to go back and watch that video part again. I need to watch the beginning when he's talking to his friend on the phone and try and figure out who's on the phone. I need to look at Zoe. I haven't done anything with Zoe, but I think that she put it on. And so why did why did they staple it on? Because, and why did he not have to staple his leg on when it came off? And that would be because the time passed. So he puts his leg on right away and it heals right away. But if you wait too long, that's why it had to be stapled on in order to, or that's my understanding. Or maybe she just didn't know and she stapled it because she didn't know it would grow back on. But I thought it had something to do with time. And if it goes even longer with the time, you die. Gaming Sloth says, is it possible that Lucas is still good if he knows that Umbrella Corps is evil and he's trying to stop them and he thinks Ethan works for them? Yes and no, because I think Lucas is playing both. I think Lucas is bad. I think he's playing both sides, good or bad. He's almost like he wants to take advantage of both. So whatever he can get from them, and the power that he has now, the reason he wants to help is because they disconnected him from the stupid girl that he hates. So that was great. And now he needs the serum. If you have this infection, you need the serum or you're going to turn into a 100-year-old lady or something, right? Or you're going to die or whatever. So he needs them. So he has to continue to get this. But he loves the power that it got him. And for some reason, he loves, ripping his fingernails off, I guess. Dave didn't see the leg get lobbed off. Yeah, that didn't happen to me till like maybe a couple times playing through it. Probably on Madhouse mode was the first time I saw it. Yeah, and so the Lucas story with him. So we find a diary in Lucas's room. And he talks about his friend Oliver, and he says it's his friend. So now I'm thinking, is this an animal? Is it a real person? Is it an imaginary friend? I still don't know. And then he says he locked Oliver in the attic, and he basically tortured him by leaving him up there. And eventually it started to smell bad, and things were dripping, like Oliver was dead up there. I don't know why he was dripping, but I still don't know if it's imaginary friend, an animal. He says that Oliver screamed at him something. So he said that Oliver was talking. So I'm guessing it's a person. But I couldn't figure out if he wrote that note a long time ago or if he's just illiterate. He's very smart, like an idiot savant. Like he can like fix machines, but like Sling Blade. Sling Blade, that's who did it. I sure do love them French fried taters. Sling Blade, he could fix anything, but he was stupid. And Lucas could be like that. And so when he was writing like, Mommy took me to doctor, that could have been him right now when he's 25 years old writing like a kid. So I don't know if Oliver was from his childhood or if it was recent. Probably from his childhood, but that was just something that popped into my head when I was thinking who Oliver was. And Oliver's name was not on the list of people who were captured. I already checked that up. The other night we did it was like 1 a.m. on Saturday, and I was like, we'll just do one more night of Resident Evil.
Welcome to the
I
family.
just got the Platinum Trophy. By the way, how many of you got the Platinum Trophy? Which is getting all the trophies. And if you did, as we do here, you can answer with the trophy emoji. And if you didn't get it, I don't know. What's the opposite of a trophy emoji? They probably don't have negative ones. Sad face. And Jill Valentine fan says Oliver called him a crazy head. Yeah, that was it. And yes, Essex. They took him to the doctors and they got him a CAT scan because there's something wrong with his head. And I guess it was because he was either crazy. You know what happened? She probably found the dead body and was like covered it up, and then took him to the doctor to find out why he was so crazy. Something like that. David's still working on it. AC's still working on it. Ghost Conjuring, not yet. John got it. Sundra just says a sad face. Lily says, I cannot use the item. So the item box one, there's 3 places you can use that you have to use the item box. So never go into the item box unless the game stops because at that point you have to go into the item box. And just an update on the lost subscribers from YouTube. They all, for me at least, they all popped back. No, they all pop back for other accounts too. I've got a whole list of all these different Resident Evil accounts that I follow their stats to see who's doing good and what kind of good videos they're doing. And everybody just got all their subscribers back. Maybe not all of them, but a huge chunks of them back. If you play it on easy, don't pick up the videotapes. Yeah, and you can discard weapons and stuff like that. The health one is tough, but it's not really because you can die and then just try again. So I guess that's not really tough. Kawu got the trophies. Rick got the platinum. David, the trophy is you can only use the item box 3 times, and the game requires you to use it. It requires you to use it twice. No, it requires you to use it all 3, because the 3rd time you have to pick up the vial. So yeah, right? Anyway, you don't find a knife so you have to use it the 3rd time because you wouldn't be able to find a weapon after that anyway, even if you didn't go to the item box. What else do we have here? Does anybody have any other questions about the game? I think that's where we're at. Questions and answers. Where are we at on time? 45 minutes, so we got 15 minutes left. Yeah, thanks to all the people who have clicked the thumbs up. Thanks to all the people who have followed on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Where's Barry B on all of those. Thanks to all the people who bought the shirts. I think they're still available again. So if you guys are interested in a shirt, let me know. I bought these from a different place called Numbskull Designs, this hat. And I bought a bunch of other Resident Evil gear as well. And now that the game's out, I'm like,
welcome to the family.
I wish I had it like for the last 7 months, not after the game came out. But this, I look like, I don't know, Carrot Top meets Krusty the Clown or something. Extinction says, talking about the Albert One, yes, it uses handgun ammo. Mamma Mia, I think that we are going to have to wait to do our next round of speculating on Umbrella till after. Maybe something will be mentioned in the next patch of DLC. I don't think so. So we might have to wait until the spring. And once that's over, that Not a Hero, if it doesn't answer any questions, we can kind of figure out what's next with Umbrella or the bad guys. And we've also got Resident Evil 2 Remake coming up at some point. And so hopefully we'll see that at some point. And then how about the DLC? How many of you guys had PS4 and beat the DLC? Because, my God, was the DLC hard. There was... Bedroom was a tough puzzle. And if you haven't played Bedroom and you have Xbox or whatever, we're not going to talk about it here. Don't talk about it. Just say it's a tough puzzle. The Nightmare mode where you have to fight the molded took 45 minutes. So it wasn't like the hardest thing ever, but it took so much time. So if you die, you have to set aside another 45 minutes or whatever. And I probably took it a little longer than normal people. And then the Ethan Must Die, I think it took 15 hours. Oh my gosh. I think I died 80 times or something. Ridiculous. And when I started this channel and I started doing live streaming, the idea was we're having fun. It's the chat room. I want to talk to you guys about the theory videos that the good stuff that I think I do is the quick theory videos. And then people were like, you should do a 10-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute video because we want to know more. And people are going to tune that out in 5 seconds. So then I started live streaming games and talking about the videos, and that turned into this show here, where once a week we can talk about all the videos for an hour. And then people who don't want to see these long things, they don't have to watch, and they can opt out of that. Whereas if every video was 15 minutes long, people would be they'd be out the door. Extinction says, is it worth the $10? Yes. It was worth $10 to me. A movie costs, what does a movie cost now? In my area, a movie costs, I don't know, $15 to see it at night now. So this was $10. It was at least 30 hours of entertainment so far, and I can replay it again maybe yearly. Maybe I'll pick it up again in 6 months with the channel. And I still haven't played it in VR yet, so that's something I need to do as well. But I think I'm done live streaming that. And I don't remember what I was talking about the comments and the short videos and whatever. I lost track of my thoughts again. A good point. One thing I was wondering about the molded was when Evelyn died, did all the molded die as well because they were from her brain? Or are they still left around? I think that's what you were asking, Dave. And that's a good point. Did maybe with Evelyn dead, did Ethan or Mia take over that mind thing? I don't think so. But I do think that they're infected. And I wondered why the game didn't mention Ethan thinking he was infected. He put his leg back on. He saw the little girl who, well, maybe, did he know she was he knew it was a hallucination because he read the reports. So I don't quite understand why he didn't even think he was infected. Or maybe he thought he was immune. I don't know. Maybe he already knew he was infected. So just a random story is I went to a movie in West Virginia, like far away from, everything else. And it was like $5 for the movie and $3.50 for a box of popcorn, soda, and candy. It was like $8 to see a movie, or whatever that is, 5, 6, 7, $8.50 to see a movie. It'd almost be worth driving 3 hours out there to do it, although it wouldn't. Oh, and I remember what I was talking about. The reason that I was live streaming was to have fun and to do talk to the chat about the theories. But the Ethan Must Die and Madhouse mode, I got the old thing that when I was younger, where I gotta beat this, I gotta beat this, I gotta beat this. Very stubborn, and I just played those like hours and hours and hours, 9 hours at a time for one of the Madhouse bosses, and I couldn't beat it in 9 hours, and I just got obsessed with it. And I got platinum the trophy, and that's not what I was planning to do on this. This is not where you go to watch a skilled video game player. I'm sure there's plenty of those out there. People are always yelling, you don't know how to block. It's true. I don't know how to block. I don't like blocking. They should take it out of video games. Just let me shoot things and not die. But I die all the time, stuff like that. But occasionally I will get sucked into the game where I want to beat it. And so that's what happened with Ethan Must Die and Madhouse mode. I just had to beat it. And it was fun, but it was also a waste of time and a waste of brain power, like memorizing how to do it. And I could have been practicing doing something more better. I don't know, you could have used my time more constructively. But yeah, L1 Gaming makes a good point, and I played it for 9 hours, and I lost to him like 30 times in a row. and then I just go to sleep and get up, and then the next time I played him, I got back to the end on the first try, and I lost. But then I took another break, and I think I beat it pretty quickly after that. And I noticed, if you guys know Sniper Cat 6, that's another Resident Evil streamer. She does more live streams. Like, she knows everything about Resident Evil, like the stuff that I have no idea anything about. She had a similar thing that L1 was talking about. She said, I played Marguerite all night, and then whatever, she quit. And then she played it again the next day, and she didn't stream it because she didn't want to, just be streaming that same fight. And she beat it like in the second try or something. So that's, if you ever get stuck on a boss, just leave and like take an hour off. I don't know that. That's weird. Okay, Rick, I haven't noticed your channel having anything going viral. Yeah, Goldheart needs her own name, but yes, the Barry Bandfinger. I do actually. Hold on, let me. But yes, he was removed. But we need to go to his channel now. He does have 1,500 subscribers. Not sure exactly what's gone viral because a lot of his videos have 200 views, but whatever. Anyways, if you guys know, at the end of all my videos, I say bye Hamanda. And I guess I'll tell you guys now. I usually just let you guys find out through other people in the Crimson Army. But no, Goldheart. I was gonna ban. You were just quicker than me with the ban finger. I was getting ready to ban. By Hamanda comes from somebody who came into one of the first ever streams that I did, and their name wasn't Hamanda. It was something else, so they'll never even know it's them. It was like Harmon. It was something very similar to Hamanda. If you looked it real quick, you'd say Hamanda, and then if you look close, you'd say, oh, it's not that. They came into the room and they said, watch my videos. They're really good. I have good songs. I like that, Essex. The Goldfinger. The Goldfinger. So she came into the chat room and said, I have these awesome songs on my video on my channel. And I said, hey, please don't, say that here, but send me a tweet or something or a private message, and I'll check out your channel later. Which I don't say anymore. I just ban right now. But normally, if you guys have channels, you can send them to me, and I'll try and check them out. And she just kept going about it. And this was early. There were probably 20 people in there or something. So it wasn't like a huge group. And it was the first time I've been streaming, so I didn't know this happened like every time you stream. So eventually, I was like, all right, I'll check out your channel right now. So I went on. She had one video on the channel. And it was a music video from a Christian rock band that I've never heard of. And that was the only video on the channel. There were 0 subscribers, and there was like 5 views on the video. But what she did was she just took the Christian rock band video and put it on her channel, and that was it. So I thought that was hilarious that she was like, I got this great song in my channel, and you got to check it out. And the channel had one video, and it was one song. So that's where Hamanda comes from. So I was like, it's like Bye Felicia, which is so annoying. I hate when people say Bye Felicia. It drives me crazy. That movie came out 20 years ago. I saw it 100 times. Nobody else saw it. And then all of a sudden they actually don't even know what movie it's from half the time. But they always say that. But that's where Bye Hamanda. I was like, Bye Hamanda. All right. So, anyways, this was fun to talk about the game finally after 2 weeks of not talking about it because giving everyone a chance to play. I'm glad that I did that. I don't care if there were extra, views out there to see. I'm coming up with my videos now this week, bunch of theory videos. So check those out. I've done one a day so far. I think 2 today because I missed the day before. But yeah, bunch of stuff. Thanks to everyone for checking out this. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't have this set up today correctly. I just have Mia at my back here, creeping me out. Where's Barry B on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram? check out the theory videos. If you want a shirt, let me know. I don't have it with me because I'm great at preparing. And the next live stream will probably be dang it, Friday night. Yes, Friday night I'm playing Resident Evil 5 with Jill Sandwich 988, who's another big Resident Evil YouTuber. So don't forget to check that out. That was like the main point of doing this Theory Chat show, was to let you guys know about that, and I completely botched it. But yes, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Friday night. I think we're doing 1 hour on my channel, 1 hour on his channel. It might be a dual thing. I got to figure that out. But yes, check that out because he's been YouTubing forever. So if you guys are into Resident Evil, I'm sure you already know who he is. And it is going to be a lot of fun. I've done one with John Ford. I've done one with Joe After Work. This would be the third one. This is going to be another good one. And we play Resident Evil 5. I ask him about his channel, introduce you guys to him. He introduces me to his peoples. You guys meet. Oh, it's like a 8th grade dance. And then pretty soon, all the boys on the left and all the girls on the right are now mixed in the center. And the world is a better place. And so basically I'll stay in chat for a few minutes here after this. Probably need to get to sleep at some point in my life. I don't think I'm going to stream later tonight, but I do have tonight free. So that was weird. What just happened behind me? Yep. So anyways, I'll thank you guys for watching. Catch you later, evil dudes. Check out this ending outro if you haven't seen it yet. And bye, Amanda. Click. All right, there's no outro.